It looks like the secondary market is being powered by a little bit of Fomo. I got your top 10 list right here, ladies and gentlemen. So go grab your vibe juice and let's talk about some hot comic books. What's up, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Keep It Comics. As always, I am your humble host, C3, and I am back with another top 10 list and market update for you. So make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. We're here every week, ladies and gentlemen, so be sure not to miss out. We're going to start the list off at number 10. And if you're a DC fan, this one is definitely for you. We have Elvira's House of Mystery, issue number 1. And this is the first appearance of Elvira in comic books. All right, ladies and gentlemen, last recorded sale for a raw copy of this book was $18. This book has a current trend of 24.68% increase in copies that have sold. Your average price right now for a raw copy is $33, while the average price for a CGC 9.6 will run you about $122. There was a high sale that took place, and that was back in August of 2022, where CGC 9.8 sold for $600. This is a book that is a must-have for your collection. At the list at number 9. This book is on the list, and it is of no surprise to me because you could tell that this book was set up for people to think that they were missing out on the next big thing. I'm talking about Spider-Man, issue number 7. This book just went crazy on the secondary market. It's the first appearance of Spider-Boy. All right? So listen, I know everybody and their mother was talking about this book, so I'm going to chime in and add my 2 cents. I remember when we didn't care who the next big baddie or new superhero was that was coming to the comic book community. We enjoyed the hobby. We wouldn't bought the book just because that's what we did, right? So it wasn't even about fear of missing out. It was what's coming out next week. I got to get the book. What's coming out? I got to get it. What's the next issue going to about? We wanted to continue along with the story arc. So we collected, and we didn't necessarily have that fear of missing out because it wasn't all about money. It wasn't all about us turning a flip on a book, or it was just about for the love of the hobby, man. So I just want to encourage us not to lose that in all of this excitement that we got going on. I know the game is changing, the way people collecting is changing, but just remember to enjoy the hobby, man. You should have no reason to think that you're missing out because second print's coming. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's talk some numbers. Last recorded sale for this book was a CGC 9.8, where it sold for $154. This book is currently trending upward, my friends, with 23.38% increase in copies that have sold. And I think it's going to continue to rise. But the average sale for a raw copy is $46. And the average sale for a CGC 9.6 will run you about $162. There's a high sale that took place, and that was back in April 9th of 2023, where CGC 9.8 sold for $186. So you can see, ladies and gentlemen, this book is going to continue to do numbers until it levels off and then starts to trickle down a little bit. Don't think you missed out on anything. This book isn't going anywhere. There are going to be plenty of flippers looking to turn a buck on this book. So all you got to do is wait for this comic book to come down, and then you'll be able to grab yourself a copy. Don't worry about it. That's just the way things are. Books always cycle and come back around. Make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. I'm here every week dropping a hot 10 list that you're definitely not going to want to miss because this will keep you updated on what's going on with the secondary market. All right? Now, at the list at number 8, we have Wakanda, issue number 4, and this is the second print. It's the first cover appearance of Kaimi, right? The love interest of Tosin Aduye. All right, here we go. Last recorded sale for this book was $15. This book has a current trend of 42.45% increase in copies that have sold. The average price for a raw copy right now is $9. This book continues to do well on the secondary market. So if you're interested in having this book, I think now's the perfect time to strike. This book is going to continue to do numbers. I don't have any CGC information on this, as I'm pretty sure that people have sent this book in and they're waiting for it to come back, but we'll have some of that information shortly. There was a high sale that took place back in March of 2023 where a raw copy of this book sold for $18, and that's not bad. So it's still a great price point for buy-in. So if you're in the market for Wakanda issue number 4, the second print, keep your eye on it, ladies and gentlemen, because it's definitely doing numbers. All right. Now, coming in at the list at number 7, we have XFactor, issue number 23. And we have to talk about this book because this is the first cameo appearance of Archangel and the Beast and a whole bunch of others, right? Yes, ladies and gentlemen, as we continue to see this Marvel Universe unfold, they're going to continue to build, and we don't know who they're going to bring to the big screen. I know everybody's excited about all the anticipation, all the speculation, and this is just a book you're going to want to have because there's a strong possibility that we're going to see them again. We saw them in the other X-Men movies, but there probably will be a better depiction of him coming up in the near future. So, last recorded sale for this book, get this, ladies and gentlemen, was $1. Yes, for $1, you can own XFactor issue number 23, the first cameo of Archangel and the Beast and a bunch of other X-Men characters. So check it out. This book has a current trend of 46.67% increase in copies that have sold. The average price for a raw copy right now is $7, and the average price for a CGC 9.8 is $128, my friends. So the asking price for a 9.6 has been roughly about $92 to $95, which is still not bad at all. There was a high sale that took place back in April of 2021 where CGC 9.8 sold for $128. This is a great opportunity to get your hands on a minor key, and I did see a few raw copies that were listed for 9.8s, and one of them was actually for $350. Now, what I say is when you see a raw copy like that, do your due diligence. You might want to reach out to the person, have them send you some more pictures so you can get a better look at it. But in a raw copy, they have it presented as a 9.8, and it looks like it's in great condition. But like I said, do your due diligence, get you some more pictures because you want to take a closer look at that. All right, ask the seller a few questions so you can get a better understanding of what that comic book may look like. All right, but I would definitely have to encourage you to proceed with caution when you're going after a raw copy. Now, at the list at number 6, ladies and gentlemen, we have a book that we're familiar with. It was on the list before, and it has made it to the top 10 list again. And I'm talking about Vault of Spiders, issue number 2, first appearance of the Spider. Yes, ladies and gentlemen. Now, here we have it, the Spider. All this new Spider-Verse stuff going on. There's going to be a gazillion spiders. We saw the trailer. They introduced a lot of them. They've shown us just about every spider and every multiverse is going to come together, and the Spider just may make their appearance as well. Last recorded sale for this book was $20 for a raw copy. This book has a current trend of 48.51%. This book has a raw sale of $16, and the average sale for a CGC 9.8, we don't have any of that information just yet. I'm still waiting for somebody to start posting if they've got graded copies or not. That'll give us a little understanding of where we can start the price point for purchasing 9.8s on this book. But I was able to determine that there was 180 raw copies of this book that have sold so far, and that there was a high sale that took place back in April of 2023 where raw copy sold for $20. So keep your eye on Vault of Spiders issue number 2, first appearance of the Spider, ladies and gentlemen, because this book is definitely doing numbers on the secondary market. It's moving, and you definitely may want to add it to your collection. All right? So, give me 1 second. Good vibes only. All right, ladies and gentlemen, balancing out the list at number 5, we have a book that I'm excited about. I have a few copies in the collection, and I saw the trailer for this one too, and it just hyped me up even more. And I'm talking about Raiders of the Lost Ark, issue number 1. And this is the first appearance of your boy, my boy, Indiana Jones. All right? Yes. Now, last recorded sale for this book was $14 where a raw copy sold. All right, the average trend for this book is 53.91% right now, and it's trending upward, my friends. And I'm super happy about that because this is a book that has sat in the back issue bins and in people's collections for a long time, and we had no significant movement on it. So it's good to see that this book is getting some love. The average price for a raw copy right now is $5, which for me, that's a perfect price point for buy-in. The average price for CGC 9.8 will run you roughly about $293. There was a high sale that took place, and this was back in November of 2021, where CGC 9.8 sold for $500. I've always been a fan of Indiana Jones, Temple of Doom, Raiders of the Lost Ark. Man, I just love Harrison Ford. He's a great actor. He really knows how to bring people on the journey with him. And I'm excited about seeing him back, cracking the whip, popping the cat pistol. So keep your eye out on it because it's definitely moving on the secondary market. All right, ladies and gentlemen, at the list at number 4, we have a book that has also sat in the back issue bins for quite some time and is starting to see significant gains on the secondary market. And I am talking about Ghost Rider, issue number 31, and this is the first full appearance of the Midnight Suns. Yes, this book is finally getting the respect that it deserves. Leave a comment below if you're excited about seeing the Midnight Suns on the big screen, because I know that I am. Last recorded sale for a raw copy was $18. This book has a current trend of 57.50% increase in copies that have sold. Average price for a raw copy right now is $15, while the average price for a CGC 9.8 is a beautiful $65, ladies and gentlemen. There was a high sale that took place for CGC 9.8 back in September of 2021, where that book sold for $425. So if you think this is a book that you want to add to your collection, Ghost Rider, issue number 31, first appearance of the Midnight Suns. I know we've been talking about it, but trust me when I tell you, you're definitely going to want to have this book. It's a great book, great story. It's got beautiful artwork on the inside. You're going to love it. At the list at number 3, we have Young Allies, issue number 6. This is a sleeper pick for me, a cover purchase. I've been following this artist. I've grown quite fond of his artwork, and I'm talking about Young Allies, issue number 6, the Arthur Adams 1 in 15 variant. This is just some dope artwork. When you pay attention to what Arthur Adams is doing, you can't help but be intrigued by his character designs and how he depicts these characters on the covers of these comic books, man. So he's turning out to be one of my favorite artists, and here are the numbers on some of the work that he's doing. Last recorded sale for CGC 9.8 was $2,100. This book has a 0.45% increase in copies that have sold with an average price of $200. Now, that may appear to be a little steep for the average price, but when you think about the artwork that he's putting out there, it's quality, it's fabulous, it's just great, and I just have to have it. You know what I mean? So this is not fear of missing out. This is me wanting to add something to my collection that I find appealing, and I want to make sure that I'm upgrading to what I know will enhance my collection. And the high sale that took place back in December of 2022 was for CGC 9.6, and that book sold for $2,100. All right, ladies and gentlemen, Arthur Adams has really outdone himself with this cover right here. So if you see it out there, take a close look at it, because you may just want to add this one to your collection. All right, Young Allies, issue number 6. Now, moving right along, at the list at number 2, we have Wolverine, issue number 88, and this is the first battle between Deadpool and Wolverine. Now, I've been watching this comic book ever since Hugh Jackman and Ryan Reynolds made the announcement on YouTube. And I know exactly where I can pick this book up for a great price. So I'm on my way to make that purchase right now. So don't forget to make sure you support your local comic book shops, because they are a major key component to this great hobby that we have while we're collecting. So make sure we're supporting the brick and mortars. Show them some love. And then if they don't have it, then yes, always check out that secondary market. The last recorded sale for this book for a raw copy was $50. This book is currently trending upward, ladies and gentlemen, at 8.72% increase in copies that have sold. Now, the average price for a raw copy will run you roughly about $51, while the average price for a CGC 9.6 will cost you about $292. Now, there was a high sale that took place for CGC 9.8, and that was back in April of 2021, where that book sold for $1,200. This book is a must-have for the collection, and with all the excitement surrounded around what's going to take place in the new Deadpool movie, you're going to definitely want to land this one in your collection. So when you're out there on the hunt, have fun, stay safe, and remember, collect what you like, enjoy the hobby. You know. Slap that like button, hit that subscribe button, and let's talk about the number 1 hottest comic book on the secondary market. And we're talking about Long Shot, issue number 1, the direct edition. and this is the first appearance of Longshot. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, I was excited when I saw this book. It actually threw me back because I was like, wow, this book continues to move, and people are really, really interested in this particular character, right? 545 9.8s on the census. Yeah, this book is really catching legs. So last recorded sale for this book for a raw copy was $31. The average trend for this book right now is 149.38% increase in copies that have sold in this week alone. Average price for a raw copy is $44, ladies and gentlemen, and the average price for a CGC 9.8 is $257. There was a high sale that took place back in June of 2021 where CGC 9.8 sold for $695. This is a character that continues to show that it has a fan base, it has a following, and it's growing on the secondary market. You have your list. I hope you enjoyed the comics. I'll see you guys next time. You know what I always say, don't hate, congratulate. Show some love, because that don't cost you nothing. Appreciate. But no matter what you do, ladies and gentlemen, when you see me, always keep it comics. Later, Gators. You know what it is.